I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
I had an epiphany that was maybe you're not right there at the surface. Like if there was a thin layer of ice, you wouldn't have been, you might have been able to see, but it was there. It was there. And I was watching Raymond Thoughts and Minds, and not only watching his channel, but watching him have a meteoric rise in all objective measures on his YouTube channel. And if you don't know him, he's a millennial, went through a lot of trials and tribulations, worked in the real world, worked corporate world, was in the arts, weren't you, Ray? To begin with, then went corporate, white collar, IT, then trades. Got laid off, if I might say that, for bullshit reasons, of course. Had his fuck it stage. I remember my fuck it stage. I think it was 30 or 31. I said, fuck all this shit. Quit my job, head out to Montana on a train. He reached fuck it, said, fuck these corporations, and he went into the trades. And he was, and he's chronicling this on his YouTube channel. And then his old man is a carpenter. He worked with his old man in the past, so he's helping his old man out. And now, instead of waiting for Bob the Boomer boss to give him a raise that he could afford a house or he just says, fucking, I'm buying a piece of shit house and I'm fixing it up myself. Bought another house, rental property. Old man and him wrenching on it. And then they had a contract not too long ago. And surprise, the contractors, who are all vile, evil scum, screwed them. He didn't have a job to work. He says, fuck it. I'm going to spend the next month just putting out shit tons of content. And I don't think I've seen it where within a month, 2 max, he goes from just, kind of a hobbyist channel to where now he's getting enough traffic and super chats. He makes enough money. He can live. Like, he got the dream in 2 months just by sheer raw determination, volume, consistency, and anger, piss, rage, and vengeance. I think also it's in his content. That's all. And it is the well of younger people's frustrations with how much they got fucked over by the baby boomers, and admittedly my generation too, will never run dry. It'll never run dry. And I was like, dang, man, that's like winning the lottery. That's maybe not the Powerball, but it's like winning a lottery. All of a sudden now you don't have to work for anyone ever again. It took between blogging and writing books and all that. I mean, technically, when could I have told bosses to fuck off, like permanently? I could have done it before I took that last job in Wyoming. Maybe when I was 30, 35, I mean, I would have had to scrape by book sales. This is before the internet and YouTube, but now, it took my YouTube channel at least 10 years to get to the point where, oh yeah, look, Asshole Consulting and advertising, super chats. What's that? I mean, I was around before super chats were a thing. But having gone through that path myself, but not as quickly, and watching Ray just hit it out of the park and have a channel that went from basically nothing to something you can live off of, albeit not grandiosely, in 2 months, it made me realize something so telling about white collar work in corporate America. And it's not, you have to understand the statement I'm about to make. It's not that becoming an influencer is so easy. It's that succeeding in corporate America through traditional white collar employment is so hard, nigh impossible. That something as dreamy, something as only the most privileged liberal white girls in the most elite and effete of suburbs could actually dream, with daddy helping them along the way, becoming an influencer or content creator, some kind of, hey guys, that is actually easier than becoming and having a successful career in corporate America. It is easier for a guy. Ray, look at him. Jesus, he's bald. For a guy like that, not boobs, not tits, not hot girl. It is so bad in corporate America, so bad in white collar work, just to get a job that pays a living. You stand just as good of a shot, if not better, becoming an influencer. And I've had probably a take on, Cappy, how do I become an influencer? Do you recommend it? And my take, which is probably going to shock a lot of you, is like, yeah, I recommend everybody try it, because you don't know. And if I explain, it might make sense. It doesn't really cost you anything but your time, right? Okay, $200 camera, $300 microphone, internet access, you're ready to go. The reason influencers do well, at least the male influencers, is because they have a personality or a charm, an angle to them. You said, but what if my personality isn't charming or has an angle to it? Everyone's personality has a charm or an angle to it, just not to everyone you think. You can talk about, like, look at Shark Taz. Shark Taz does a music/shark documentary channel, and he's got like 30,000 shark. Are you up there? Like, he's big. And I said, when people say, should I start a channel? I'm like, yeah, I think you should, because it ain't going to cost you anything. And if you do it long enough, you're going to find your group of 3, 4, 10,000 people who just love the fact you talk about your used jockstrap collection, Elon Musk's filthy jockstrap. People love the fact you love cooking with mushrooms. It's the Cooking with the Mushroom channel. And since there really is no cost or consequence, and you go do a YouTube channel, why not? And if you can make money on it, there you go. All you're going to lose is your time, but you'll have a little bit of fun along the way. So even though that's not as serious as becoming a tradesman or becoming an accountant or blah, 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 blah. You're right, it isn't. But man, if you can do it. But I didn't realize until listening to Ray, watching him, I'm like, holy shit. And it needs to be pointed out that a frivolous, pie in the sky, like it's your dream shot, right? It's like trying to get into Hollywood, right? It's kind of like the modern day, like trying to start a successful band. Boy, the vast majority of them fail, but you might as well take your shot, except unlike a band or a restaurant or whatever dreams may have existed before in the past, this doesn't cost you anything. And corporate America has become so bad that delusional, childish dream shot has a better chance of succeeding. It is easier for you to succeed in that field if, and I'm going to get to the ifs, if you have a good message and delivery and consistency. I'm calling it now. It is easier to become a successful influencer. By successful, meaning you can have a living wage. You can support yourself through online influencing than it is becoming a white collar worker. And when we go through all the costs, I had to write it down, like everything I had to go through. You have your education, right? You got to go to college. Right there, you don't have to go to college to become an influencer. You don't. There's 4 years and $100,000 of income or lost income or explicit expenses that you could have gone, hell, bought a house, built your own house, literally done anything else. Education is like 50% the reason going to become having a successful career in corporate America is not tenable, is not feasible for the majority of people. Just to get in, you need to prostrate yourself on the floor of academia and become a slave for the rest of your fuck that shit. Then it doesn't end, because corporate America is a fucking mental insane asylum where you can't put a price on education and you need at minimum CPA and CPE additional training. I remember my last year in banking, like, oh, we got to take this training. Like, why? So I can't even remember if it was forced on us by the feds or our CEO just decided, oh, let's get some training and show our employee or customer. And here I am, just click, 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 just this PowerPoint, clicking through a PowerPoint. Fucking worthless. And of course, bachelor's required, master's preferred. Well, you'd like to get promoted when you need a master's degree. This never-ending hamster wheel. Are you going to pay for it? No. Yeah, but it's going to take 2 years of your time. To hell with your children and your wife, right? They don't need to see you. And I'll tell you, I dare an MBA, unless you're in high, like, statistical finance or computers or something. I dare any CPA to come in here and tell me you've used anything beyond 9th grade mathematics, or let alone something you learned in your MBA program. So if you wanted to not just get in, but excel, it's almost, maybe this, hopefully it's ebbing away. It's ebbing and flowing away, where you don't need a master's degree. You're starting to realize just what a waste of fucking time an MBA is. But to excel, right? You've gone to school since you were 5 years old. Here you are, 24, 25, 26. You got your master's. Now you're going to take me seriously? Well, just one more thing. You see? And this says nothing about all the other shit you had to go through. Bullshit job postings, lying job descriptions, bait and switch when you get in, psychopathic bosses, lying bosses, criminal bosses. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was. Yeah, actually, that's a fact. That's what it was. That's how bad you baby boomers were in terms of leaders and bosses. You're fucking horrible. Then you have, more modernly, DEI and affirmative action. You can discriminate against people based on the color of their skin and not their content of character or their plumbing down below. I wish Martin Luther King would have said the content of character and plumbing down below. That would have been just me if I were to rewrite history. Don't get me started about general office politics and nepotism and cronyism and corruption. Oh, we're going to promote this guy, the ass kissers, the brown nosers. I didn't know about backstabbing office politics. I didn't think it was a thing. Like, no one's that stupid. That's petty. That's just in the movies. No, it's real. Corporate ineptitude. Oh, what I love about you business leaders, especially you MBAs, is it shows how not smart you are, how robotic you are. You don't have an original thought in your mind. Everything is a spreadsheet. Everything is a flow chart. Everything is a formula. And you couldn't capitalize on an opportunity or dodge a threat if you did all the SWOT analyses in the world. Hey, don't do that. You guys remember? I'm sure. Look, Scott Adams isn't rich and successful because he talked about the virtues of corporate leadership. He pointed out how stupid you all fucking were. And there's limitless number of stories. My favorite was driving my piece of shit car in Wyoming, getting reimbursed for 58 cents a mile to transfer physical files. You're like, Cappy, wasn't that 2011, 2012? Didn't they have email attachment capability? Yes. But the divine leadership of this bank decided that it wasn't worth spending the money on increasing our attachment capacities or bandwidth or whatever. I'm not an IT guy. I didn't know. So we had to transfer physical files, paying one of your vice presidents to drive around physical fucking files. Again, I'm sure all of you have your stories about inept corporate management, but that's par for the course. Hey, gang, you know what we should do? Let's make every video game about a loud, fat black woman who's a lesbian in a wheelchair. That'd be great. I'll just need $250 million. Here you go. You're so stupid and arrogant, too. Oh, I didn't believe in the, like, you intimidate them. How do I intimidate them? Wouldn't they like it that I'm on their team? No, I didn't understand that. Still don't fully understand it now. Still don't fully understand it now. But it's true. And then, like, your coworkers generally rank stupidity. They're no better or worse than the average population that shops at Walmart. People filing bullshit I never had an SA complaint, or not SA, SH complaint filed against me, but I had complaint. Oh, fuck you, Karen. And because of this ineptitude, then the larger macroeconomic or economy, larger macro economy gets affected, especially if an entire industry like, oh, I don't know, banking and bankers making stupid decisions. And you're hoping it's only the company that goes belly up and you all get laid off. .comers, tell me if you remember that. But maybe the economy's still good, so it's just the stupidity was relegated to your individual employer. Probably not. Might be an industry-wide thing, like, I don't know, a .com bubble or a .com bubble too, or, you know, a housing bubble and banking corruption. And the entire economy goes into recession. And you're like back to square fucking one, working your late night job. Dude, the number of times I had to go back to work in security because of not my fault. Because of lying fucking scum. It's not an opinion. It's not an opinion. Don't you dare. Oh, you just didn't pull yourself up by the bootstraps enough, bro. Oh, you didn't wear enough pieces of flair, bro. You were all wrong all the time. And you're seeing it. The men are tapping out. I'm not doing that shit. I'm going to collect disability. Oops. I do declare I'm coming down with a case of the autisms. Give me my disability check. Or they're just not showing up. More men are going into the trades. Even girls are dropping out of college. And now with with all that shit, now you find out there's fake job postings so they could collect your data, or they're just building up an inventory of resumes they could search later. You know what? After a while, no matter if you have a monopoly on pussy, if it's attached to nothing but loud, fat, obnoxious, insufferable women, men will pass it up. If it becomes too pricey, people will stop affording it. And that's what's happened to corporate America. You've become untenable. Oh, by the way, we're outsourcing your jobs. Train your replacement to some foreigner that we imported, or we're shipping it out to the Philippines. Train in your replacements. If you don't like it, tough will go over. Fine. We're not engaging in it anymore. And I do believe corporate America is coming to an end, at least in its current day incarnation. Oh, it's already transforming a little bit. Oh, that's right. We can't work remote. You have to commute. Oh, I didn't even start about pay. You don't even pay a living wage. Well, you got to earn that 3% raise. Everyone I know who ever got a raise in corporate America, you had to just quit and go work for the competition. Oh, surprise, 30% more. What do you mean you're leaving? I knew one guy. He's like, okay, see you, bye. Like, whoa, wait, what? Well, if you can't pay that, I can't afford this. I have to leave. Goodbye. Oh, just hold on there now. Wait, look. Oh, I looked under the desk. There's some money here for. Oh, we can pay. I didn't look under the desk where all the money was. We can afford your 15%. Huh? Just get in there, JL. You people are fucking scum, and it is no longer possible to have a successful career in corporate America. Really, how many people? What percent? What? Less than 5. It ain't 1 in 20. And when you factor in all that shit, we got to go to school from 5 until 22, 24 preferred, and deal with all your psychopathic bullshit and your outright rank discrimination and bigotry and sexism and racism. And then I don't like giving them an extra dough. Let's hire somebody overseas. Fuck you. That's how bad corporate America is. what's it called? Office Space. It's got not Perlman, Ron something. That movie came out over 20 years ago. Scott Adams have been writing about corporate ineptitude for decades. Now we got the internet to show it, and now you corporates are acting horribly. Horribly. You make shit products, you have absurd education requirements. It's publicly known now that you're posting fake job resumes. We know that you're racist and sexist and discriminatory through your DEI shit. Your products are garbage. How long can anyone last at your company before it's time for a reorg? Time to fire people. We're laying people off. Our value, it's with a heavy heart. We have to announce it. People aren't signing up for it. They're not even coming. Ooh. And then remember, before the economy got a little weak, we can't find employees. I wonder why. And so the point is that everyone should go out and be a content creator, although I think you should take your shot at it, right? Well, you never know. It's the Wiener Dog channel. Oh, my God. Crazy things. Everything Wiener Dog. Look, it can't hike. It can't hunt. It can't do anything. It's just funny, and it nips and barks at people that isn't their family. It's the Wiener Dog channel. You know what? Wiener Dogs and MILFs. If you just add and MILFs, Economics and MILFs channel. Right. Yeah. Ice Cream and MILFs show. Yeah. Okay. You probably won't get monetized on YouTube anyway. But yeah, why can't you go do it? And then don't be surprised. Dude, do you know how much easier it is to just live the fuck at home, work to nighttime security? Why do you think I work security? Because there wasn't no fucking boss. I mean, there was a boss, but he was sleeping. Why did I teach dance classes? Because no one's going to tell me what the fuck to do or how to do it. Teaching finance classes, finance seminar. Why would I do that? Because no one told me how to fucking do it. I was a contractor. I was a hired gun. I was part of the 1099 superior race. I was Clint Eastwood in A Fistful of Dollars. You pay me, and the line goes across, not down, motherfucker. I'm the specialist. You need me more than I need you. And if the other team pays me more, I'll go work for them. And look, the whole world can't handle 8 billion people all becoming influencers. You know, the GDP of the world can't be influencing and content creation. I get it. But by God, man, I honestly, looking at it, you're probably better off instead of going to college, unless it's for a very specific thing like dentistry. But yeah, any liberal art, you might as well go play video games and eat pizza all day instead of go to college for a liberal arts degree. But compared to like a regular corporate job working in white collar America, absolutely not. Go become a content creator. Now, more practically, yes, I would be looking into things that pay. Professions that don't require a degree. The trades we're promoting now, yes. I know you have to spend a little bit of time in corporate America, but we're recommending accounting purely for the sole fact of self-employment, like becoming a tax accountant, opening up a tax practice. That's why me and Chad have the world's greatest accounting career. Of course, available on Teachable if you're interested in accounting. Look it up. Even I have a list of like, okay, if Cappy gets the, blacklisted or demonetized, if the Democrats come back in power, like, we don't like your free speech. We're ending it, but we're going to call it whatever euphemism we call ending free speech. I have other self-employment endeavors that I would do, probably a handyman shop, landscaping, window cleaning. I might even get into the trades. You know why? Because I'll show up sober and do the job right. The competition is not fierce in the United States. Not only do I have a license, but I'm going to show up on time, do the job right, and it's going to be for the price I quote. Unless there's some crazy thing that I didn't see beforehand, I got to point out to you or something like that. I'll never go back. I'll never go back to, because it's easier. It's easier to become a plumber. It's easier to just join the military and have them pay for your food, clothing, and shelter while you live in the barracks. It's easy. Shit, man. It's easier to fake some kind of mental disability, go collect your government check, and either live at home in your parents' basements or live in a tent. Van life, all that, way easier. Because no one wants to go live with the fat, loud, obnoxious wife who's got STDs and constantly bitches and whines and yells and throws pans at you all the time. And that's what modern day corporate employment is. It's not a tenable situation. Don't get me started about that. I was just on the phone with my buddy. I think he legit has PTSD from all the mental bullshit he had to go through. I just have anger and rage, and I channel it into landing punches on the punching bag of baby boomers' legacy. I also have to thank the baby boomers and all the baby boomer boss. Hey, Ray wouldn't be here either if you guys didn't fuck him over. He wouldn't be successful as he is right now. I wouldn't be here either. There should be a whole other subcategory in industry SIC classification code called ripping on the previous generation because they fucked everyone over. Like, that's a huge industry right now. We wouldn't be here if you didn't fuck us over. But yeah, I like I said, more reasonable. Maybe you should go become a chimney sweep. Well, we got our list: truck driver, chimney sweeper, window washer. Go work for the railroads. Anywhere where you're not dealing with an HR Karen. Anywhere where it isn't white collar corporal. You are going to have an easier, more successful, higher paid life than you would otherwise. And since it doesn't cost you anything, why not go become a podcaster influencer type? Now, the only qualification I'm going to say, the only one I'm going to point out here, though, is going to be for young men, because it's two distinct different markets. If you are an attractive young woman, you don't have to have a background or a skill or experience or gone down the hero's path, the hero's journey. You can just be cute. Hey, guys, show some cleavage. Go read something on the internet that somebody wrote last week and just regurgitate it in your own words. Like, oh my God, so terrorists? Like, what's up with that? And then there's a 60% simp male population that will, oh my God, she's so smart. So you got that. So young, attractive. Did I mention that? You have to be attractive. Sorry, ladies. Nothing's free in this world, despite what your teachers told you. So there's that. But for guys, no one gives a fuck. I mean, no one cares. Like an 18-year-old boys podcast, no one's going to give a shit. No one's going to care. But let's say you were living in basements and starving and worked in corporate America and predicted the housing bubble and had to suffer all that. Let's say you were a millennial who was lied to, tried their hand at a worthless undergrad, then got into corporate America and IT, and then had to deal with the Beckys and the Susans, and that's why he had to get out of corporate America and he went into the trades. Or old man Rollo, who maybe not glorious, but certainly a path. He was a booze salesman. He was in marketing and directing. Or Nuke, he was in the Navy and he managed nuclear reactors. You need to go and live life so that when you come back, you are not a blank slate and you can speak competently to these certain things, to life in general. You need a personality. You catch it, bro. And you know what? Now that I think about it, that must be why all the under 25, like the successful influencers under 25s who are dudes, are all like trying to sell some kind of get rich quick stream. Like, bro, flip these cars, bro, flip these houses, bro, crypto, bro. Right? Because what are you going to talk about? I listened to Task and Purpose. They lost that Cappy, different Cappy, not me. He went off on his own. I enjoy listening to these guys because they fought in fucking war and they know about the military. Even the nerdy guy, Sandbox with 2 X's. He's this fat Marine and he's excited about telling you about air power. If you want to see, like, go watch him, Sandbox. He is, right? You're a Marine, right? He's just this fat, nerdy guy, and he loves fucking planes, man. He's like, let's talk about air power. Like, he really wants to talk about fighter planes and air power. Let's go. He's about 50, maybe a little bit younger than me, but he's there. He probably served in war. If you got some background, everyone's got to wander in the desert, man. You got to do your 40 years in the desert. But once you come back, also you got a character, personality, some interests, some things. And then you go and you talk about it, or at least that influences you when you talk about your passion for tea or fishing. You will stand a better shot at making a living. Maybe not as much as you make in corporate America if you're that age, but it'll be a hell of a lot easier. A fraction of the time. Dude, the amount of time I spend on this, well, depending on what you consider time, it's not 100% what I spend on banking for the commute alone. But what I do, I don't sit in meetings anymore. Like, I was just watching Ray. I'm like, holy shit. And I write the idea down. I'm like, hey, what's up, fuckers? And it's same shit from yesterday. Same hat. Oh my God, this observation, talk about whatever it is you want. That's way more healthier than sitting there. Karen in HR wants you to take sensitivity training level 6, issued by the University of Minnesota's Women's Studies Department. No, I think I will collect a welfare check that Karen can pay for with her taxes. I'm not doing that. And then, so for those of you, you're kicking around like, what do I do? Why not try influencer? Why not try content creator? Or something like that. You know, like, maybe you don't like the camera. Maybe you just want to write. Maybe you want to do, I encourage it. But in general, no. We should be getting young people to realize they should not even be bothering going into corporate America. Everyone should be looking at trades, a very dedicated type of degree, dentistry, accounting, actuarial science, things where, okay, you got to go work in corporate America, but you're basically like, fuck you. I'll go work somewhere else if you don't pay me. I don't know how many, can we agree after you baby boomers are going to be left alone in the nursing homes because you spent your time at an office? Can we agree that corporate America was bad for Americans? That maybe we just should have sent Ward out there to deal with it. And then he came back to a loving wife and kids, and maybe the wife stayed home and took care of the kids. And, well, here's some food. I made it for you. And let me, I don't know, get your slippers or whatever the hell it is. That maybe that might have been the peak of corporate America. And now, no, you're all insane. You're insane. Your terms are unacceptable. No, we're not going to go to school for 19 years to qualify for an entry-level position and have you not pay us a living wage, or the job just doesn't exist. And then when we get into the job, it's not meritocratic. It's all a fuck around, Game of Thrones, stab you in the back show. Oh, wait, do you have an added minority benefit? Oh, we got to make you our king for the week. Nope. You guys have fun working at Cargill. You guys have fun working at Goldman Sachs. You guys have fun working at Target Corporate. Nope, that's all. You guys have fun working at the Big Four. That's a you problem. What do? Oh, I mow yards for a living. Oh my God, you mow my yards? Yeah, and I make like 80 grand a year doing it because ain't nobody else doing it. And I don't have to go to the gym. What do? Oh, I'm a truck driver. I drive across the country listening to interesting podcasts, and I make my $70,000 to $100,000 a year. What do? I work on the railroads. I know I'm out in a far-flung place over in Nebraska, and there's not a lot of social life, but it's very calm and peaceful. And I make my $100,000 a year, and I'm 22 and I have no student loan debt. I mark my words, it may happen. I'm not convinced of it yet. But my economic spidey sensors are assigning a higher probability that this is going to happen. My generation, maybe. But if this trend keeps going, you definitely the millennials and younger, all the people younger than me, you're going to be able to see the downfall of corporate America, where all they can do is outsource to incompetent third world countries. They've cut their products to the bone. And just like private equity, everything goes belly up and bankrupt. You're going to see them like, we need what? And then no one's going to apply because why would you? And then they're going to have to maybe come groveling back. And it's going to take a generation to die out and say, hey, maybe you ought to pay a living wage and get rid of these college education requirements. Maybe we got to get rid of HR. Maybe we should get rid of the DEI. Although that I think is going to be sued out of existence. You might see that where, because the veneer has already died out for working in LA and where Hollywood is. No one goes for music anymore, right? You start my singing career. That's not happening anymore. Does anyone really go to the bulge bracket? Economics Ethan has chronicled the demise of big finance or the lost allure of big finance. I mean, really, no one. I know some of you blue bloods and you true believers might still go, "Ooh, downtown Wall Street, oh, good." What do? Look at bum shit. Do you smell urine? Is that what you do for fun? Even the girls are starting to back away from the term girl boss. What happened to stupid little bitch in a mini? Stupid dumb bitch in a mini. What happened to that? That's not a thing anymore. You guys might see, it might be 2040 by the time you see it. But people are going to be like, why would I work? Not the marketing, the optics, it will change. People say, why would I work for you? You're pick major corporation. You're Simon and Schuster. You're fucking nobodies. Everyone's publishing online. You're a bunch of arrogant idiots in New York. I don't know where there's that, presume New York. Why would I work? Why would I work for, I'm trying to think of a large, well-known corporation. Why would I work for Target? I could go work at Buc-ee's, and if I clean the toilets right, they're going to pay me $27 an hour. I could go just show up on time and do the job right. I'm not going to go through your corporate bullshit. And I know where your corporations. Oh, I know you're going to go overseas. We need more immigrants. Oh, what if President Vance says no to that? Oh my God, you might have to pay Americans living wages. Oh no, they're not cattle. We have to consider them to be humans. But yeah, just to point out to you young people, I'm not saying, okay, look, don't say I'm going to become an influencer and hang your hat on that. Again, go become an accountant, a tradesman, railroad, something else. But yeah, it's a hell of a lot easier than working in corporate America. And we've been pushing that route forever. I think it's time to stop pushing. That's how bad of a deal you've all become, corpos. It's better for an old curmudgeon, financially conservative guy like me to say, nah, go become an influencer before you work for the corporations. And I say unto you, nobody should apply in corporate America until they fire every single HR person in the world. And right now, the corporals are like, oh, he doesn't know how it works over here. You're right, I never did. But I've never needed a bailout. I'm not the one laying off people all the time. I'm not the one whose products go to shit. I'm not the one, I can't find employees. Oh no, I didn't join your little cult. I didn't unlock the algorithm. Oh, that I should have worn my blue shoes and then I would have gotten the promotion. Fuck all of you people. Again, you're nothing but middle school for 40-year-olds. That's all you are. And the young people are waking up and realizing it. Dude, I'd be Uber. I'd do security all day. I'll work security all day before I go back working for you corpos. Vic, $5 as a 26-year-old bachelor from Italy, right? Seeing my coworkers wage slaving for their girlfriends' kids while I'm free and debtless is priceless. Catholicism here is also to blame. Why? Because they had to get married if they had sex with the girl. Is Catholicism still? I know the Vatican and Rome is down there, but is it still that big of a deal culturally? Soren, €6. Easier to be an influencer if you get a strong enough audience. Otherwise, you die trying. Also, this is a job mostly for women. Influencers? No, I disagree. I think men and women can both be influencers, unless you're talking about corporate America, in which case, yes, I think corporate America should be taken over by women. I think women should go, oh, ladies, you go have fun with it. No guy, dude, you want the ultimate jujitsu flip right now, and it's kind of already happening. It should just happen more rapidly in my world. Every guy should just say, fuck college and go into the trades. They should. I can, like, your passion is engineering. Okay, fine. And ladies, you take it over. You take over. No, we're not dealing with the time delivery schedules of oil. We'll drive the oil, but we're not dealing with the time delivery schedule. I don't care what happens inside the building. All I do is I drive my tanker up to the building. I release the oil, and then I go home and I drive the tanker truck somewhere. I pick something else and I leave. My office is the road. I don't go inside the building. I think we should, really, as a great experiment. Okay, girls, you're in charge of everything. You there. Nope, we just fix shit at $150 an hour. We just pave the roads, man. We go we frame the houses, but what you do within that building, that white collar corporate shit, that's all you. Have fun drinking your coffee and figuring it out. We're done with that. Raymond, thoughts and minds. The guy who inspired this video. When you got nothing left to lose, that's when you do it. Appreciate the shout out and generous support. It's kind of what I did. I didn't start a channel thinking I was going to make money. I didn't start my blog. I was just like, I need to say this. This is fucking insane. I'm not wrong. And oh my God, look at how many institutions and industries have failed since I started pointing out the bullshit. Oh my God, I'm right every time. And that's the one thing you'll never be able to take from us again. I'm sorry, corpos and institutions and teachers and colleges and universities and media. You will never be able to confuse the American people again. You're never going to confuse, what did I do wrong? She didn't show up on the day. Oh, that's right. She was trained to be a girl boss or lie. Doesn't matter. It's not me. Femboy Fantasia, $2. Working armed security in the ghetto changed me. Wait, you worked armed security? Really? I didn't know that. Working armed security didn't really change me. I know I don't like working armed security because you're in a compromised position. You're not a cop. You don't have a right to kill or a license to kill. So it's only when you're threatened. I never liked, I know it sounds different. You're like, well, what, you didn't like carrying guns? No, I mean, the guns are cool. Don't get, I like guns, but I don't like being in the compromised position of, you got to enforce our policies on this private property. Oh, by the way, we want you armed in case shit goes down. Like, why would shit go down? What makes you think I'm playing John McClane and protecting the people? I'm getting the fuck out of here. Karen from HR, $5. But Cappy, you won't get invited to after hours fun or pizza parties as an influencer and titles on LinkedIn. And we have corner offices. You want to see the sadness of corporate America? Go look at LinkedIn. Go read all the LinkedIn profiles. And I'm thankful for getting fired and did it. No, we're right. You're wrong. Go look at LinkedIn community. Look at Josh Fluke. He'll show you. The Unrepentant Tycoon podcast. My housekeeper makes $75,000 a year easily. Self-employment. Yep. Probably can write off a bunch of things too. Good for her. I presume it's a her. Rolling Rumblewood, $5. Parents, Gen X, put my greatest generation grandpa in hospice at 98 years old, although he'd be fine staying at home. Assisted self-deletion, not helping them when old. Yeah, did he go that route? I guess he could choose. Cyberbully, $5. Corporal salaries are underwhelming these days too. My college job at the golf course pays about 70% of my corporal salary, but that was way more fun and no BS. Yeah, these corporations you don't pay us enough to tolerate your bullshit. You don't pay us enough to be around you. It's the truth. You don't pay us enough to be around you or tolerate your fucking bullshit. And long gone are the days, well, you won't, like, they try to get that culture over you. Like there's this moral thing, like, oh, we're just such a good company. Oh, you're not a good employee. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Link below. What I got? Link below. I got Ray link below. Oh, this one, Zero World Problems. the first chapters in this, aside from the theory, the first practical chapters, here, I'll tell you right now, chapter 1 of the practicum is called freedom. You cannot enjoy a good life if you are working pretty much for your modern day white collar employer or bad employers in general. And so the very first thing this book focuses on to increase your standards of living, which has with that post materialist, meaning nothing to do with money, not making more money, bro. Things you can change in your life, freedom, meaning minimalism, micro FU fund, all that other stuff. So you don't ever have to suffer like we did in times past dealing with these fucking piece of shit employers. All right, one more super chat, then I got to go. Except I'm an exceptional thief. And since I'm moving up to kidnapping, you should be more polite. All right, I'll see you guys later. Toodles.